Welcome back. It's been a while, and I've had a little transition in my life, and I think I'm finally back to a point where I can do some more consistent videos, and I thank you guys. I haven't lost a subscriber for over 3 months now, so sticking with me. I've been trying to post when I can. I actually have a Street Profits match I'm really looking for so that I can post that from one of those live event type things, so I'm really hoping to keep doing that. But I thank you guys for staying with me, and I'm going to try to put out some more videos on a lot of things that I've been interested in putting out. You can tell this one's going to be on Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. I actually just got something in the mail today, though, so I'm kind of excited about that. I've never seen this before, and this is new in package. It's the Talking Butt Kickers. This one's The Rock. The Try Me button obviously does not work anymore, but it looks pretty cool. Have you guys ever seen this? And it's a little bit newer than I'm used to. This would be late 90s, I'm guessing, but I thought it was kind of cool. And maybe I'll take it out of the package at some point and show everybody. But today, I wanted to start a new video series. This will be, I believe, a 3-part series on something that I'm really big on. And one of my favorite parts of wrestling is Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. I watched it as a kid. It was my favorite thing. We did plays. I went to a private school. We did plays with the other kids, and a couple of the other kids were really into it as well. And so we talked about it constantly. We dressed up as the characters. We did everything. And so it really means a lot to me. I've been seeing some of it, but I went online and I didn't see anyone ever. I've seen many episode guides and rank and reviews, but I've never seen someone rank the episodes. 39 episodes. I kind of broke them into 3 sets, so we'll probably do 3 videos on this, and that's probably about how much time we'll allow anyway, and then I'll talk about the episodes as we go. This will have some spoilers in it, probably because they're cartoons. I mean, they're not gonna. You can still enjoy them, I think, afterwards. I'm just ranking them the way that I enjoy watching them, and would love to hear your guys' comments on them. Number 39, I have 3 Little Hulks. So that one is the one that I rank as the worst episode. Hulk Hogan's nephews come to visit. There's 3 of them, and I want to say they're like Huey. It's not Huey, Dewey, and Louie like the Donald Duck's nephews, but it was like Harry, Henry, and something like that. And so, I mean, almost like a takeoff of Huey, Dewey, and Louie. They come over to Hulk's apartment. They cause all sorts of trouble. They fight all the time. Bet you I can do this better than you, Harry. No, you can't, Huey, and stuff like that. Hulk takes them out to eat, which turns into quite the thing, and they're really big tattletales as well. The one memorable thing that was positive about the episode, I thought, was when they go to the gym. They meet some of Hulk's the other good guy friends, and then they of course cause trouble in the gym by fighting over stuff. Jimmy Superfly Snuka does the balancing act on 2 rolling weights and almost saves the day, because he jumped up on the weight bench and he's like doing this balancing act, and it was just a pretty cool part. But not much else I can say positive about the. I mean, the worst Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling episode is still better than most things that you'll watch, but that one is what I'm going to rank 39th and the worst. The next one up from that, I have 38, Small But Mighty. The good guys, once again, somehow get into Hillbilly Jim's. One of his animals has some pills to make them younger, from food to make them younger. It gets somehow put in the wrestlers' food. They all become younger, and then they get robbed. The police don't believe that they're the wrestlers, even though they are wearing the really oversized clothes. It's kind of a takeoff of Big, the movie. I don't remember. I actually think Big came out later than this, so this wouldn't have been quite copying that. But there just really wasn't much memorable. I didn't really get much of it. The bad guys were robbers. They weren't the actual heels from wrestling or anything else like that. And so it just kind of, there really wasn't much memorable about the episode. Therefore it ranks number 38. 37, Big Top Boobs. wrestlers go to a circus. This one, at least you get some interaction with the heels. The faces, Hogan and his group, are going to be part of the circus. Then the heels try to be. Roddy Piper gets shot through a cannon. Had a couple memorable scenes, but it's not one that I really got that into. You had they did something to get the Lions upset. Yeah, it was just it was a typical bad guys trying to stir up conflict for the good guys. It's getting a little better. I mean, it's better than the last two I mentioned. But 37, I'm going to have big top boobs. 36, still towards the bottom. Amazons Just Wanna Have Fun. This one actually made it out on one of the VHSs, so this one actually was probably watched a little bit more, and I watched it many times through the 90s then as well. And usually if I had one, I've noticed that some of the ones I have taped, I seem to rank a little higher sometimes. This one just, once again, it was almost like too far from reality. Most of them had a little bit of deviance from reality. This one, really big. They charter a plane, I guess supposedly Mean Gene charters it, according to what I read. I didn't really remember, I don't think that was a major part of it. They're going to matches down in South America. They end up crashed in the Amazon. They find this group of Amazon, well, actually the Amazon women capture them. All the women have an identical partner, almost like a doppelganger of one of the people. They even dress like them. You have Tito Santana and his woman. You have Hillbilly Jim and his woman. You have Andre the Giant with the big giant woman. And yeah, so it's just, they're all kind of, I think Tito Santana's woman was one of the key women, and Hogan's woman as well then. Okay, so then the guys want to get rescued. First they get captured, but then, so they're in this bamboo jail. Then all of a sudden, two Panthers, I think, get out. So they tell Andre to break the jail down so that they can save the women from the Panthers. So the jail wasn't obviously very well constructed to begin with, but somehow they all stayed in there until they needed help. So it doesn't quite make sense there either. So then the women realize that the wrestlers are good guys. Oh, you guys are good. And then plus there was like a stone that said they were good, or maybe it didn't say they were good yet. And then they were like, oh, well, you shouldn't go by a stone to tell you what's going on. And then they prayed to this idol, which turned out to be another crashed airplane. So this was an area where a lot of airplanes crashed, obviously, which is a little suspicious as well, too. But they throw rocks into the idol in order to appease it, because when they throw a rock in, it hits a radio in the airplane. So every time somehow it hits the radio as well. And then it makes some staticky noise, and the women think that the god is responding to them. Oh, yeah, are you following this? Yeah, it's just, it had its moments. It had some funny, the women who were like the doppelgangers of the men, that was kind of funny at times. There were some good interactions and some in that way and stuff. And we're still not even done yet, though, because then these two bad guys come and they're looking for the jewels of this one cave. And the jewels are like the snake eyes, almost like a Raiders of the Lost Ark. They're just really throwing everything that they can into this episode. It was a long episode. It was like it was one of the full ones. And so, but then as soon as they steal the jewels, then the stone creature becomes alive and is going to destroy everything. And then, yeah, and then so it didn't have enough wrestling involvement at all. Like I said, it had some interaction with the women and the men, the male wrestlers, Hogan, stuff like that. There's a few funny lines, but no, I think they tried. Some people, I'm gonna guess, some people probably think this is rated too low. I have it at 36, so fourth worst episode ever. Number 35, JYD's Junkyard Dog. The junkyard gets burglarized. Usually JYD episodes are good too, so this one was kind of disappointing. The junkyard gets burglarized. He gets a junkyard dog. The dog's scared of everything. Somehow I think he saves it. I really don't even know. I didn't like this episode. I don't watch it very much. And so that's why it's rated number 35. And it's usually JYD. I mean, you're going to see a lot of JYD episodes a lot higher on the list. He was awesome. Even his Hall of Fame speech, if you remember, when he got inducted in the Hall of Fame, that would have been WrestleMania 20. so 2004, they even talked about how much he was. They showed a cartoon clip of the JYD. Besides Hogan, it was pretty much JYD's cartoon. This one was disappointing. 34, another JYD. Okay, I guess I just said you're going to see JYD episodes higher up, but another one that I didn't like as much. I believe it was an early episode, Junkenstein. Let me actually have the list. Yes, it was supposedly one of the very early episodes. He creates a monster like Frankenstein. Another one I don't really... A lot of times I'll even just fast forward through it, so I can't actually give you as much as I'd probably want if you are watch the episodes. Once again, maybe you liked Junkenstein better. I take off of Frankenstein. The monster gets out of hand. Not much to the episode. I'm going to watch that one. I actually need to watch both of those JYD episodes again just to see if there's any funny parts. Maybe in the next series I'll be sure to mention them if I missed a funny part, because I have not seen either of those in a while. I tried to watch almost all these in the last week or two, but I guess I missed a couple. 33. Ali Bono and his 40 Geeks. Oh, yeah, this one was strange. It's getting a little better, though, as you can tell. Captain Little bit. Actually, this one had a little story to start with. The good guys... It's Captain Lou's birthday, and he's singing, "Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me." And that was kind of... Captain Lou has got a funny character at times in that. And then he goes to the gym, everyone pretends that they don't realize it's a special day. Captain Lou's like, "Isn't it a special day?" And everyone says, "Yeah, you need to work out." Then they surprise him. Wendy Richter gets him this genie lamp. Big surprise, he rubs the lamp. There's a genie. The genie is... kind of can't really get anything right, so he always misses one letter of it, and it's kind of crazy. Then the bad guys come in, steal and not the bad guy wrestlers, just two other bad guys again. It's always better when you have the bad guy wrestlers involved and not just random bad guys. And they come and steal the lamp. Somehow Wendy gets stuck in the lamp. Because somehow they changed places, because I think Wendy wished for something or something like that, and the genie always screwed everything up again. So they stole the lamp. Wendy's in it. Then they go into this area, and they do have a chase scene. It's kind of funny at times. They're trying to do it, and yeah, it had its part. It's had its moments, getting up there to a little bit more watchable. Still can't give it that high of marks. Therefore, ranked 33rd. Number 32, Big John's Car Lot. This one was interesting because this one was just about the heels. No faces ever made a showing in the episode. So you have one just about the heels, and really this is by far the most Big John stud ever got featured in one, which is kind of, his character is kind of fun. It's always second fiddle to Andre, but Big John got featured in it. It started because Roddy Piper, the Iron Sheik, and Volkov ran into Piper's car because Volkov is always getting himself into trouble. And then Piper says, "You owe me a new car." Big John says, "Hey, we'll just go sell my car lot. My dad has a car lot, we'll go sell cars." From there, they start selling cars. They make TV commercials. They trick everybody. They have cars with propellers. They have cars. There's some funny scenes. They are going to paint a car, and of course, Nikolai Volkov knocks the Iron Sheik into paint. They're in, there's just a lot of crazy stuff. Piper's always doing stuff. They have cassettes. They're pretty much ripping everybody off. Big John's dad comes back, and they said, "Oh, we made $20,000. That means we should get $10,000." But then all the angry customers come back and say, "Hey, you ripped us off." Big John says, "I've never ripped anybody off." A priest comes in and says, "You guys sold me this key convertible for $20, and I want to give you a chance to buy it back as a collector's item." And then everybody faints when they find out it's worth $20,000, and except for Nikolai Volkov, "What's a Kromke convertible?" And it's watchable. It's got the heels, like I said, it's got Big John stud. If you're a fan of his character, it's going to be the one episode that has by far the most with him. You see Big John Stud's dad, reminds me a lot of Big John Stud. starting to get a little bit better, and it's got a lot of stuff in it. It's a short episode too, so it kind of goes there. Number 31, I have Rowdy Reforms. This one had both the faces and the heels. It was more about Roddy Piper, obviously. They have to get Roddy calm, and so they kind of do some hypnotism, and then it was through like a tape they happen to hear. But then he becomes too nice, and they miss the old Roddy. He gives away like Moolah's motorcycle because she doesn't pay rent, and gives away other stuff because they're behind on their pay. I mean, he just turns into a good guy, and all the other heels are really resenting it because he's making them. He's doing things that are very not heel-like to them, and they're starting to do it, and they can't figure out why because one of the funniest parts of this episode was when Nikolai Volkov thought he was a chicken because he got hypnotized for just a little while. And as you listen more, Nikolai Volkov's character is awesome, and is probably the best character out of all of them. And he has some so funny moments, and then so being the chicken. It's a pretty basic episode, but it was a little more entertaining than some. So it's still towards the bottom, but not too bad. Rowdy Reforms. That's number 31. 30. I have The Art of Wrestling. Wendy Richter is in some kind of art class. She needs a model. She tells Hogan to do it. Hogan doesn't want to do it, but then I'll go get a real man like Roddy Piper. So Hogan agrees to do it. The other good guys actually kind of snicker at Hogan, so he gets mad. Wendy talks him into coming back. There really isn't that much to it, except for that's kind of it wasn't bad, but there isn't a lot of meat in this episode. It's kind of funny at the end because someone comes in and I guess Wendy kind of paints Hogan abstractly, and then all the other guys laugh about that too, and Hogan hates it. Except then someone comes in and offers her like a whole bunch of money for it, and then so all the other people are taking what they painted and trying to sell it to art for sale. So, yep. Still, 30, that's bottom 25%, but slowly these episodes are getting just a little bit better. 29, I have Bucket. Kind of another JYD episode, but this one actually revolved around an alien named Bucket who got stuck here on Earth, and the bad guys, but not the bad guy wrestlers again. So see, that's the thing, they had a lot of episodes with good wrestlers and then just random bad guys too, which works because obviously you wouldn't have Roddy Piper trying to capture an alien, so it does make sense sometimes. This one actually worked a little better that way. And then they're trying to save Bucket. It's your typical alien thing. They're trying to hide. They sneak into the laboratory at one point. Jimmy Superfly Snuka is right on top of the truck, and he gets clotheslined by a tree, and he spins around the tree. That was kind of memorable. And Captain Lou gives the old nod. He was the one who was driving the truck into the thing, gives the old nod, and that was kind of cool. So, still towards the bottom, unfortunately, but very watchable. And the final one I'm going to do today, because I think they start to get a big step better after this. So this is the last one in the bottom third-ish. I don't have it exactly in thirds, but I kind of have it in groups of 3. And so this one was the last one I thought was the bottom. Four-legged pickpocket. This one also came out on VHS one of the early VHSs, during the 80s and 90s. You could buy it at Sam Goody, Music Land, places like that. I don't know what the mall music stores I know always carried the VHSs of these. Four-legged pickpocket. This horse escapes, causes all sorts of trouble. Causes trouble with Hulk, even bites him, everything. But he likes Hulk. The horse likes Hulk. So Hulk gets all mad until he finds out that the horse belongs to this really young girl. And then she says she's in trouble because these people are trying to kidnap Pickpocket. And then so the good guys all help them fight off the bad guys. Hulk rides the horse because they captured the girl, I believe, and then Hulk rides the horse, and so that was, I mean, you got, of course, Hulk can do anything back then. I mean, so let's put him on the horse. He's John Wayne. I mean, he's Clint Eastwood. I don't know who. I'm guessing John Wayne's probably the best example for that one. But yeah, let's just have Hulk be the hero and ride the horse. I mean, he did it just like a hero would have, and so, you know, like I said, this is still this is the bottom of this is the best of the worst, and still not getting towards my favorites yet, but very watchable, a little different, and the horse was kind of one of the main characters, and I got the girl. It's just a feel-good episode. I mean, of course, the good guys win, and I don't have any of the bad guys in this episode either, and so a little different. So it was creative, but yeah, it's still number 28. So let's just go through the ones I went through today one last time. We have 39, Three Little Hulks, 38, Small But Mighty, 37, Big Top Boobs, 36, Amazons Just Want to Have Fun, 35, Junkyard Dogs, Junkyard Dog, 34, Junkenstein, 33, Ellie Bono and the 40 Geeks, 32, Big John's Car Lot, 31, Rowdy Reforms, 30, The Art of Wrestling, 29, Bucket, and 28, Four-Legged Pickpocket. What? You comment below. I mean, I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you might just be one of my subscribers and not even that into it and just learning about Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling, but hopefully some die-hard Hulk Hogan Rock and Wrestling fans find this video as well. Tell me what you think. I mean, did I mention any videos in this bottom list that you think are really good? You can tell me what your favorites are too. I already have my favorite listed. I'm not going to change it. And I mean, my top 5 or 6, actually, yeah. I mean, I think they're pretty good. I have about 5 or 6 that I really liked, and then, but even anything in my top 10 made it pretty good. I have the next group. I was going to go to about 14, 15, somewhere in there is when they really, so there's going to be a middle, my next group is going to be the middle group, and they'll be the ones that are in the middle, and so, did I mention one today that you really like? Do you have, any other stories you have about it, and, talk to me about what you do. Any memorabilia, see some of my memorabilia, I couldn't find it all, but I have the towel, I have coloring books, and other stuff like that. I don't know if you can see the store display thing. That's probably the coolest Hulk Hogan Rock and Wrestling item I have at this point, but love to get some more. But I love collecting the memorabilia too. So hey, thanks for sticking with me. We're going to try to get more videos out, a few other ideas too. We'll probably do another next one of this in about a week, just to give everyone, but I have a few other top lists I would like to make, and I just have some basic wrestling videos I'd like to make too. So since I'm filming for the first time, I'm going to see how this one turned out, and hopefully make a few adjustments. Hopefully I don't have to make too many. And if you're watching for the first time, please subscribe. I mean, I'm up to the 740 range. I'd love to get even a few more and get to that 1,000 milestone. And I'll try to keep making videos. And thanks for sticking with me. I know that we haven't had a video in a couple months, but I appreciate you guys all sticking with me. I'll try to keep producing great wrestling videos, all original, of my journeys. Thanks.